And we're here with Flo, the mastermind behind Blazestation.
Hi everyone.
Hey, how's it going, Flo?
I'm doing well. Everything is nice. I'm with Mael Nesti here that you will hear in a few minutes. And
I wanted to start off and ask you what led you up to where you are today. I know that you have been making music for a long time. When did you start?
I started making music when I was 13. I've seen Sepultura live in '96 and it inspired me to make music. So I began with guitars and I learned other instruments. And that's it.
You and I became friends, and very recently, within the last, I would say, about 4 months.
Yeah.
And the first album that I heard of yours was Et Dieu pour toi. There's hip hop in there, there's some synths in there, maybe even some jazz. What led up to you putting out that album, and what was your goal?
I'm not sure if I had the goal, but the thing that made me do it was when I left my former publisher. I wanted to. I felt free from it because I was under an exclusivity contract, and it meant that I couldn't make music as I wanted. I couldn't release music as I wanted. So I broke the contract, and I decided to make music that I felt was the music I wanted to do. Opposed to making EDM stuff all day long because I was super bored of it, and so it was. I wanted to find myself again with music. I did it. I did lots of tracks for it. I wanted to have like 100 tracks for it, and then we'd pick the best ones or the one we felt could make a good album.
Yep.
So that's how it happened. And Mael, who's here with me, was a big part of it because we've made lots of songs together with our friend Sébastien Ouvrard too. And it was just that album is I feel it more like a photography of last year for us. It was good human moments that we shared together and that we printed with music,
Blazestation.
Mm-hmm.
So what led up to you putting us all together and pushing out this project?
Blazestation comes from Lucy leaving a comment on one of my tracks, and she told me you should try to do vaporwave because your style is not far from it. And I didn't know what vaporwave was at that point because, to be honest with you, since 2 years I've been listening almost to only jazz music, jazz or 60 stuff, 40 stuff, 50 stuff, library music, etc. Only acoustic stuff. And so Lucy left me that comment on SoundCloud, and I had to see what vaporwave was because I didn't know what it was, and I found that it was the music that I was doing without knowing it. So that's how it happened. Then we realized we were both into Synthetix. I don't remember how I was introduced to Jazzy, but we've talked one evening with Jazzy, and I saw that she was painting, and we were talking about that, and I told her, okay, that's fine, your website has old stuff on it, but I want to see your new stuff. So I encouraged her to go back to it, to be creative again, pick your camera, record something, and I make some music with the sound you send me, and that's how First Wave was born.
Absolutely. So what do you think? What do you think we're gonna do next?
I can't wait until the moment where we unleash our second album. Yeah, I really can't wait.
We need to get some jam sessions together again.
Yeah, so we can sample it and make music with it. Yes, of course. Our first jam session was rad.
Yeah. So what do you think of Synthetix and
I
the synthetic scene?
I love the community. I find something that doesn't exist in other genres of music like EDM, like hip hop. It's full of.
It's almost as if it's something that you had always wished was there, and then finally it's there.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. That's people are eager to listen to new music. People are eager to discover new producers. People are still enthusiastic about it, and it's just a wonderful place to release music because it you feel it has a meaning opposed to when if you were a hip hop artist, there are like 1 million of hip hop artists putting up mixtapes, and it leads nowhere, honestly. And Synthetix is full of passion, full of humanity, full of very different people who have their own sound and who share the same love for music. You know, that's what is missed in other scenes, is that people are doing music to attract fame or money.
Yeah, like the thing that I love about it too is everybody's willing to give some feedback.
Yeah.
You know, you see some producers encouraging other producers, and that's one thing you may not see in other scenes.
Yeah, totally.
How long have you and Flo been doing work together, making music?
Well, it's been a year and a half.
Yeah.
So beyond these two tracks, Velvet and Air and Ghidorah off Liftoff from Blazestation, what other tracks have you guys done together?
Wow, so many.
Oh yeah, we've done tons.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Maybe 70 tracks together.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow.
So it's difficult to name them all now.
I guess, yeah. I suppose.
And, you know, it's like Ghidorah, right? Flo was working on Blazestation. He was really into it, and I just happened to drop by. He told me, "Why wouldn't you sing on that song?" I said, "Yeah, why not?" And 10 seconds later, it was done. It's a great track. I love it. And
yeah, I agree. I like it too a lot.
he told me what to do. He told me what he wanted to hear. So I did it. And he said, "That's okay." And in my head, I was very skeptical. I was thinking, "That's not okay. What are you going to do with that?" And
Exactly.
We recorded it with the phones, of course. Huh?
Yeah. And he recorded it with his phone as well. Yeah, that's right. So I thought, what are you going to do with that? And then he just fit it in the song, and then I say, "Oh yeah, I see now."
Okay, Mael. So, are you a fan of the sound of the '80s?
Am I sorry?
Are you a fan of the '80s music, or '80s retro scene? Are you
No, I'm
familiar?
not. I'm not that familiar. It's not my. It's not what I listen to the most. Actually, I was brought into the scene by Flo, and I'm really starting to dig it now. But
Oh, really? That's great. I'm really happy to hear that.
I'm learning in a way. I come from a very different background, and
Okay. Well, like what? Let's get into that then.
Yeah, Mael is a multi-instrumentist. It's very interesting what he does. He plays all kind of medieval music, rock music.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
Yeah.
okay. I started very normal musician, electric guitar, rock and roll bands, the basic stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been working a lot with singers, accompanying singers with electric guitar. And then I got into different styles of music as I evolved. I got into acoustic, like traditional folk music, like ethnic music, and then I got into ancient music, medieval. I play in a medieval band, so very different from the synth. It's like the opposite. It's only wooden instruments and ancient tunes that goes like centuries. That's what I really like when you sing a tune that was written like 800 years ago. I mean, it's like you're singing 800 years of history in a few words. You know what I mean?
So, is there any music in the scene that you've discovered recently that you like? Or are you still not really that familiar?
I really need to get more into it,
Mm-hmm. Hey, we'll help you.
Okay.
I'm interested because I constantly show Flo new stuff. I try to anyway.
And
Try and spread the love, spread it out as far as you can. Decide if it's for you or not, and if it's not, then ignore it. If it is, then share it.
Exactly.
And thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us, Corey.
And here's Heart of Ghidorah off Blazestation's debut album, Liftoff, which you can find at blazestation.bandcamp.com, followed by Velvet and Air off Flo's solo album, Et Deux pour tous.